Hey folks, we are heading out not to the garden today, but to the chicken coop because I've got some maintenance to do. And it's been a while since I've had a dedicated chicken video. Now these chickens, both meat and laying hens, are a huge part of this homestead and provide a ton of food for us. So I figured I'd give a little rundown for all of my new subscribers and anyone who has forgotten that I've got a ton of chickens here. Here on this acre and a half, we run a laying hen flock of 8 hens and 1 rooster. Now that isn't all the time 8 hens. We do have predators here, coyotes, raccoons. That's gonna get annoying. We have lost birds before, and sometimes we cull our hens. But I do like keeping a flock of laying hens specific here around 5 to 10 birds. That just gives us a good amount of eggs year-round, even when they're laying less in the winter, to just keep us always in eggs, and during the summer in excess. Now this little mini chicken mansion here was recently built over the winter by Chase. Sorry, I've got a dog here. Everybody loves you. But we haven't always kept the chickens here. In fact, we used to have a smaller coop, also one that Chase built, that was rolling. And at the time, I had the idea that we would move the chickens continuously around the property in a sort of pastured poultry situation. And I have tons of videos on that in the past of where we used to keep the chickens. But essentially over time, why I decided to just let the chickens free range were for several reasons. First off, I never really moved that coop because the fencing, the electric netting, and moving that electric netting when I wanted to move the coop every day is absolutely horrendous here in our desert soil. We have broken, bent, just countless electric fencing poles trying to get these in the ground. So moving them on a regular basis was impossible, and I was absolutely not willing to do it. Not to mention Chase wasn't willing to help me do it. So basically I just kind of let the chickens out of their fencing every day. The electric netting was basically never on, not used at all. Of course, they do still need a coop to come back to and a coop to lay eggs in, and that's where this one comes in. Chase wanted to build me a new one, and of course, I am not going to say no to having more room for more chickens. I absolutely love this setup. I don't mind that it's permanent at all because honestly, my chickens go wherever they want on this acre and a half. Now, there are some problems with free ranging that I have found, but they're not bad enough, or they don't outweigh the positives that I've also found with free ranging, that I'm willing to let it stop. Although Chase does sometimes get a little perturbed with the chickens and wants me to fence them up, but I think everything's kosher for now. Number one, there is chicken poop everywhere, on my porches, all over the ground, in the garage. Anywhere they have access to, there's going to be chicken poop. So if you want them out of a certain area, you're going to have to fence them out. We have not done that yet, although we are using some ramshackle things like a dog gate on the back porch so they don't eat my plants, etc., etc. It's annoying, but I do clean a lot, and it's really easy to sweep the poop away. So I just try and keep it clean. Secondly, predator pressure can be a big issue if you're free ranging your chickens. Luckily, I have this 5-foot tall fence all the way around my property. That helps a lot with any livestock or animals that may be in the area that try to get in. Funnily enough, we have a lot of cows that get out in this area, so you'll just find livestock walking down the road pretty often. It doesn't keep the coyotes out, but that is what this automatic coop door is for, which is very helpful during the winter when I'm not out here as early because it's cold. I just set that to open at like 8:30 in the morning, and usually the coyotes, if they are in the area, come through here at the crack of dawn. So as long as these birds are locked away until, you know, the community gets moving, there's cars going up and down the road, they're pretty much safe for the rest of the day. I've got my dogs out on the property, they all get along, and they are safe during the day for the most part from predators. So those are some issues with free ranging that you can find. I prefer to free range my chickens. They are much happier. They get to walk around and peck at all the dirt and eat bugs, and they fertilize my yard, albeit slowly. But there's chicken poop all over my property, so that is going into the soil and providing some beneficial nutrients. I just prefer it. I like them being chickens, I like them being happy, and I like seeing them in the yard when I get home. Now, as for the meat chickens, I keep these guys every time we have a round of meat birds here, 100% in the chicken tractor. These little guys were brought out to the chicken tractor on Easter. Actually, that's what we did. It's Easter morning was bring all of the meat chicks out. The nights are getting warmer. They're in the 50s. We have no more freezes, and these guys are about 4 weeks old. I wanted them out of the garage. Chase wanted them out of the garage, and they seem much happier out here, finally getting to play in the dirt and get some sunlight. I do have an entire video on these particular meat chickens. They are not Cornish cross hybrids this year. We are trying out a dual purpose bird called the Sasso chicken. So definitely check out that video. I'll link it above or below or somewhere. And learn all about them because it's a pretty cool breed. I already love them way more than I ever loved the Cornish crosses. They act like chickens and it's so cute. Some of them are already roosting. They're adorable. And they peck, they love scrounging around for food and foraging, and it's just a much more pleasant experience so far to grow these guys out than the Cornish crosses have been in the past. But today is the first time they're going to be moved, which can be difficult because they don't know yet how to move with their house the first time you move baby chicks in a tractor. And I don't have Chase here. I should have done this before he left for work, but I didn't. So we're going to attempt this alone and see how it goes. It might not work out because this coop's kind of ramshackle, and so if it starts getting caught on dirt and grass clumps and this ground is really uneven, we'll just give it up until later. But let's try it out for now.
Hey guys, you ready? Oh, that's heavy. That's completely full.
So I was kind of thinking I would move them this way in this bare patch of dirt. That way they could scratch around and kind of till this ground up for me. But I was also thinking of moving them this direction so they can experience grass for the first time. Wouldn't that be nice? See if they like some grass. At this point, we're just gonna see which direction is easiest to move this in. And oof. The trick is to walk slowly and kind of move the tractor back and forth at first so they get used to the fact that their house is moving. And then that way if you hear any chirps or sudden squeaks because you pulled it over someone's leg or you hit someone, you can pause. So just go really slow and move incrementally until you get to your spot. It's a little difficult moving it across this barren ground because obviously my land is not completely flat and I don't have a ton of grass to cushion this and kind of provide a barrier. This is not safe and definitely something a coyote could get his nose under and push up. I don't like that. that'll have to do. And that's it for the daily chores of the meat tractor. For a little bit of food and water and moving the tractor a day, you get endless hours of watching baby chicks, which is great. They're so cute. I don't know, I think I did go over this in the video about these meat birds, but I'm going to be keeping some to add to this flock so that hopefully we can start a meat bird breeding operation here on the farm so that I don't have to buy meat chickens anymore from the hatchery. That would be amazing. So we'll see. But now to clean this chicken coop, which is overdue. And surprise, surprise, there's a hen in here. I'm sorry, girl, but you are gonna need to get out. I'm not. Yep. I can't wait for you today. We already did that once. Come on. Come on. She's freaking out. So now he's freaking out. It's a whole mess. She really wants to go back in there and lay an egg, but I actually took a 20-minute break to go inside and work on my sourdough and do some laundry and stuff. So she's been out here for 20 minutes on top of the clip you just saw, and she still hasn't laid one. She doesn't get to lay right now. Well, get out. Come on. So dusty. I actually love cleaning out my chicken coop, not only because I love cleaning and I like seeing it clean, but because it provides me with compost. So all of this nitrogen-rich bedding is going to go into my compost pile and really fire it up. And honestly, today what I'm probably going to do, I'm going to finish cleaning out this coop, and then I will likely go to Paige's house next door, get a bunch of old hay that she piles up for me, maybe scoop some horse manure, bring that over here and start a brand new compost pile. Because guys, I think this compost pile is nearly done. It is definitely slowing down on the temperature scale, so I think it's reaching the point where I can start curing it, which means that it is finished and will get better with age. And I am so excited because I have got so much compost. This is the fastest I've done it, in less than 3 months. And this should fill all of my beds at the fall season so that I don't have to buy any bags of soil this fall gardening season. Sorry, the sun was in my eyes. So I will likely be doing a separate video on the compost method that I've been, or the thing that I've been doing for the past few months to get compost so quickly. There are a million compost videos, guys. And honestly, you can make it way faster than I can. It's just difficult and requires a lot of input here in a desert environment. So maybe those of you who are desert gardeners and watch my channel will benefit from that. But that'll be coming soon later. Today, I've got a ton of work to do. I like to schedule like my super heavy lifting, you know, moving a lot of compost or doing a lot of cleaning on like days I don't work out, so that I get a workout on my non-workout days, you know. So that's what I'll be doing today, just a bunch of outside yard work. But thank you for joining me on this kind of chicken overview video. I know I don't have a ton of interest about chickens on my channel. I am broadly speaking a desert homesteading channel, but I really focus on the garden because that's what I love and that's where I spend most of my time. So I have a lot of gardeners on here. But for those of you that do watch my chicken videos, I hope this update kind of benefited you. I didn't go into depth about a whole lot of things, but I haven't done a video since the chickens were here in my back area, and just figured I'd update everyone. So thank you for coming along with me today, and I will catch you guys on the next one.